Rainbow Room Publishing presents the Summer Reading List, the Pride Edition.
Today, our good friend, our new brother from another mother, Eros Da Artiste. How you doing today, brother?
I'm wonderful. How about yourself?
I'm doing great. Well, I'm sitting here in Hell's Oven.
Well, my name is J.M. DeVaughn. That is my real name, my government name. And I am a director of music. I'm also a vocal coach, and I'm an artist. And I have piano. I play piano. I play the organ. Yep. And I spent a lot of time in the church, serving the church as far as music. But then there was always this cry inside of me that said, okay, my brothers and sisters are really going through it. And some of it has to do with the way the church has treated them. So I had a book that I wrote on for about 12 years. And I procrastinated about the book because I was afraid of what the church was going to say. Of course, I got fired. And then right after that, I said, well, I ain't got nothing but time on my hands. I might as well go ahead and finish what I started. So that's what started the whole ball rolling.
Excellent. And another reason that I was eager to do this interview, and I will put it out there, no shame. Brother and I have been talking for some time, and he saw what I was doing, and he reached out and said, and I definitely want to thank you for his support in the sense of you coming on as a client for some of the PR and marketing efforts. But it was just one of those things, as I've said on several occasions, this turns into a family reunion for me. It's always this awesome opportunity for me to work with who I choose to work with people that I know. And in my opinion, work with those of us who could potentially use whatever weight I and Rainbow Room Publishing can throw behind their efforts. But as I got into the reading, and actually, if you want to show the folks, I'll make sure I show it later. The first work I choose Pain. So I am, wait till you're going to see the review by the time this comes out, but I think you're going to let it. I just went up. I said somewhere in there that I alternately wanted to raise a Black Power fist with one hand and swing with my left because it had me happy. It warmed my heart. It broke my heart. It had me proud. It had me, in some senses, ready to fight.
The name of this title is Own Your Flowers, but Don't Forget About Your Shit. I know what you're thinking. What a crazy ass title for a chapter, right? But trust me, there's a reason as to why I chose it. You hear me talk about flowers a lot, and one of the things that fascinates me is the growing process. Imagine the seed planted in the dirt, which is filled with nutrients that help to see it grow into a blossom. Every now and then, however, there are some types of soil where the seed just will not flourish into flower no matter what you try. Ugh. Maybe the soil is too sandy, too porous, too muddy, or too rocky. But there's no way that this seed can be nurtured in this type of soil. So the soil is replaced by manure, or what the cussing farmer in me calls harsh shit. One of the things that I had to face was that as beautiful as my roses, daisies, and chrysanthemums were, I also had a stinking pile of shit that I would drop from time to time. Now, this is for any church saint who's reading this, and trust, I'm not trying to be vulgar or mean, but y'all are always saying how we don't like to hear your one-sided version of the truth. Well, this is the time for the shoe to be put on the other foot so that you can see how we see it when you get lofty in your thinking on what the Lord is, as well as what godly divinity allows or rejects. You can be saved, sanctified, tarry for the Holy Ghost, and memorize the Bible from Genesis to Revelation, but you still got crap you need to answer for. I'm talking about the time you gossiped about that prostitute that walked in the church and you didn't know her boyfriend beat her up the night before. She left his ass in the dust and came to the church for healing and protection. Now, don't cry and get all mad. I'm saying this with love, really. the same love that we would hope that you would have when you have a truth to tell. Now, come on, buck up, have a step up a lip, and put a smile on your face. I still love you. You ain't the devil incarnate. That's some of the things I did, but I'm just trying to get you to see that everybody has a story.